Hey, we here. We're back. Another week, another episode. Incorrectly correct, man. Hey, I want to say something. I don't do this often, and I'm about to make it a habit. Hey, man, if you hear the first 10 seconds, 20 seconds, the first minute, hey, man, hit the subscribe button, hit the like, leave a comment, share, do all the fun stuff that don't cost nothing. You hear all the podcasters, all the reactors, all the content creators say it. I don't say it, but I've been told that that's the problem. I guess it's part of the script. If I need more listeners or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Y'all know how I do it, man. If it's just two of y'all, I'm happy. You know what I mean? But you strive to have more people listening in. And then you strive for more people to chime in so you can hear other people's perspective on some of the shit that I talk about, man. You know what I'm saying? That's how we do it. All right, so check it out. Y'all know how we do, man. I did that little thing. Sorry. But usually we just get right into it. And I want y'all to listen to this real quick. Just listen.
Desire to dominate. Serial killers see people as objects, mere pawns. Many lack remorse and crave the thrill of the hunt. But here's the scariest part. The pattern can hide in anyone. So, is it society, genetics, or something darker? What do you think? Why?
What do you think? Okay, because today we gonna go dark. We're going dark this week. What's your take on that, man? Obviously the guy is saying, it could be in us, right? All along. All right. It is nobody is immune to becoming one, I guess. Because there ain't no such thing as you're just born a serial killer. That just don't make any sense. You're not born one, right? Something brings you to the point where that's what you do. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna be honest, man. This came up because, hey, man, sometimes I think like in another world. That's for everybody though. But when I say another world, I mean another mind frame. Not necessarily another parallel universe somewhere. I'm talking about in this same reality, in another mind frame, man. Hey, I think I could have been one, man. I'm just putting that out there. Let me tell you why. I've had conversations about it. And I took that little test thing. I don't know if y'all know about that. I took the little test thing. And it's just, I think with a different mind frame, I would definitely have became one, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of things that that could have pushed me there easily. There's a lot of things that could have pushed me there easily. And I ain't talking about like bad luck. Ain't no corny stuff. I'm talking about like abandonment issues. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about trauma. Like these are like the traits that they say, right? They say that these are the traits where children eventually become, or people become serial killers. You know what I'm saying? Feeling lonely. Like all of those little small things. We're going to get into them. We're going to get into them. I want to set the tone. Do y'all ever ask that to yourselves? Like, man, in another life, I think I could have been. Or even scarier, like, in this life, I think I still can't become one. That's not my thought. But I have to sit and I think about it, man. Like, in another mindset, I could have been one. Because I'm going to tell you, I'm going to give you another reason. Like, there's a lot of there's a lot of things when I watch, and they're horrific things. But a lot of times I'm not like, oh my god, that's horrible. I'd be like, I totally understand. Like I truly get it. like yeah, I don't have empathy here. Am I weird for that? Like, yeah, I do that too. And I'm gonna be real. My favorite one, and this it's horrible to say, but my favorite one is Ted Bundy, man. You know what I'm saying? It's some connections there. Like, dude got charm. I feel like I'm a charming dude. You know what I'm saying? I'm easily like to get along with, and that's dangerous. You know what I'm saying? Like, with that other mindset, you can be like trusting of me to be around you, and then I got your ass. You know what I'm saying? Like that. I think like I've studied this guy. Let's just be honest. Like, I've studied him, and I'm just like, yo, we got a lot of motherfucking similarities, and that's kind of scary. For one, we share the same birthday. That's creepy. That's creepy in the motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? And I've always had like the gift of gab to be around the gals. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't no playboy or nothing like that, but it wasn't hard for me to be around like a lot of women, and they're not on some. Nah, I'm gonna keep my eye on him. He a weirdo. Like, they real comfortable when they're around me, and I can just easily like it's like no problem. I've never done it. I never even thought of doing it, but I do a lot of like just solitude, and I just sit around sometimes and have these thoughts. You know what I mean? And I come on this platform, you know what I'm saying, and I'm gonna share sides of me, but I'm gonna be real, man. I think that in another mindset, I could have been one, man. I just feel that. And I'm gonna be real, like I looked into this too. Like, this wasn't no, random thought. Like, it kind of, I want to say, for maybe a good amount of a week or two, like, the thought consumed me a lot. Not that I would do it, but could I have, you know what I'm saying, another mindset? And I did like a deep dive into the little kinks, you know what I'm saying? The ins and outs and stuff, what makes one person become this, and and here's something that really grabbed me, you know what I mean? And a lot of people, let's say if you asking yourself like, dang, could I be in? I'm asking y'all, do y'all think y'all could have? But a lot of times when those questions is asked, like, we're asking some deeper stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, do I have something dark in me? Or you will ask, like, what separates me from people who do horrible things? You know what I'm saying? And I just want to say, maybe it's, it's like capacity. I said capacity versus choice, right? And that's pretty much, I ain't gonna say it, but that's one of the factors, man. Like, you have all the feelings, all the emotional range. A lot of humans do. We all do, right? Like, anger, resentment, curiosity, like, you know what I'm saying, intrusive thoughts. And the thing is, having those thoughts and feelings, that's not what makes you, you know what I'm saying, one. It doesn't make you, it doesn't define you as one. What defines you is the choice to just do it. You feel what I'm saying? Like, yeah, we can all have those thoughts in our heads, or we can have those feelings, but it's about acting upon them is what separates you from actually being a serial killer. You know what I mean? And The thing is, man, we got so many stories and so many, serial killers, that you know of and you've done documentaries and everything. But on the grand scale of things, they're rare. It's not a lot of them. Meaning like a percentage versus the population. It's not a lot. You know what I mean? It's just saying. And then you got to think about it. It's not random. Said it earlier. You just don't. Hey man, you know what? I'm just gonna start killing them. Like, nah, that ain't it. But it's a lot of stuff like that severe repeated trauma and abuse. You know what I mean? Or having lack of empathy or having like emotional detachment. Right? Your behavior escalates. They say it, you know what I'm saying, when they do their studies and like they start with small things that they can control, like, trapping bugs and torturing them, or then they go from bugs to you know what I mean, animals, and then so forth and so on. Or it can be like a psychological disorder, right? So these aren't things that just randomly, accidentally happen. You know what I'm saying? These are things that's like built up on them, and a lot of times it's early on. You know what I mean? So in the when you think about it, man, the thoughts of it don't equal the intent. You know what I mean? Like you can be in traffic and be like, I'll take somebody out right now because you ready to get home. And you just I do it. I do it, man. I think stupid shit. Like I'll be like, man, I wish we was in GTA right now. I would throw a sticky bomb on that car and blow it the fuck up so I can, you know what I'm saying? I think stupid shit like that. That is not a reality. But my brain will go there. And, the thoughts don't equal the intent, right? So when you have these thoughts, like, long as you reject them, you know what I'm saying, you got value, you got morals about yourself, about people and their well being and stuff. That means that doesn't mean that that's who you are. Right? But you try to sit there. Let's make this about me. I'm sorry. I would sit there and I'd be like, well, I relate to these people. I relate a lot to them. But I had to realize, I'm only relating to the emotion, right? But not the physical violence itself. You know what I mean? Just the emotions. Like I can relate to that. You know what I mean? Can I relate to the stalking and you know what I'm saying? The offing. You know what I'm saying? The stash and all that. No. You know what I mean? But the emotional part, oh yeah, buddy. And that's why I start thinking like, I mean, maybe I could be one, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really went over this for like 2 weeks, man. Almost 2 weeks, just every night before I go to sleep. Like, bro, what's wrong with me, man? And you think about the portrayal of serial killers. You know what I'm saying? It like they feeling misunderstood, isolation, loneliness, anger, resentment, wanting control, or even wanting recognition. You know what I mean? Those are all human feelings. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't mean I'm really relate to them on the action aspect, but a lot of the same type of feelings and emotions and thought processes for sure. And when I digging deeper, I had to realize like, nah, man, that ain't you. You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't do that. knock it off. You wouldn't do it. You know what I'm saying? Uh, could I? There was opportunity. Would I? Heck no. Hell no. Fuck no. You know what I mean? I have morals, right? Like I know how karma works. Karma whooped my ass so bad a few times. Like I don't want no parts of that anymore. You know? So, but I sat there a minute. I was like, is something wrong with me? Like, what's really going on with me? Something wrong with my brain that I really think this, but within my research and looking up everything and going into the deeper parts of it, I'm like, oh no, that ain't me. That's just a feeling. And I ain't mad because feelings can be wiped away by just laughing, because I laugh at myself. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, nah, that ain't it. You know what I mean? But the curiosity of it, you know what I'm saying? As I read, I found out that that's normal. You know what I mean? We as humans, we naturally are curious about extremes, whether they're good or bad. You know what I mean? Like, if you think about it, a lot of people love them true crime shows, Forensic Files, First 48, Cops. You know what I'm saying? Like, we love those true crime shows because we are like enamored at watching people do dumb shit or do some heinous stuff, so we can be, judgmental of them. You know what I'm saying? Or relate. You know what I mean? Either way. Like, you watching like, hey man, what he do to make them niggas that mad? Like, what pushed somebody to go that far? Can I lose control like that? Can I flip out like that? That's that curiosity, right? And it can feel like you're relating, but all you're doing is you're trying to make sense of it. That's how the brain works. You're trying to make sense of these heinous acts that we see on these true crime shows or these documentaries. That's where our head goes a lot of time. You know what I'm saying? But, man, come on. Yeah, be like, that ain't it. That ain't it. That ain't it. I would never do it. Right? People who are introspective, or emotionally aware, a lot of times, like, they put themselves in other people's shoes. Me. They imagine different mindsets. Me. You know what I'm saying? They understand pain. Even in people who do bad. Me. And I'm sitting there thinking these things like, well, I got that. Look, I got that right there. Everything that they do, that I do, I got that. But then, looking deeper and you look closer, and it's like, that's really empathy. It's not really danger and violence. That's empathy that you have. You know what I mean? So a lot of times when we have these thoughts that maybe we can go into the abyss and say, fuck it, a lot of times we're just trying to make sense of it, right? We're empathizing, but we don't know that part of empathy. You know what I'm saying? And, we would never act on it. So that's what separates us from being, serial killers. You know what I'm saying? And I just want to say this, man, like, watching all those documentaries of different type of serial killers, dude, I get intrigued that, how in the fuck how can they get away with it as much as they did? You know what I'm saying? Because that's the thing. You got to be very methodical. You got to be very patient. You know what I mean? You got to really, like, And then a lot of it, you gotta not give a fuck. All right, I did this and on to the next. I gotta figure out how I'm gonna get the next. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's very intriguing to me. And I just say to myself, man, something is wrong with you, bro. You know what I mean? Something is wrong with you. But as I go and do the checklist thing, it's just like, yeah, I match up. I, I match up very well. Uh, would never do it, man. Let's be real. That's not a thing that I would ever do. But I will say this. Um, woo, there was some things in my younger days, and I get stories told about me, and I'm just like, wait, what? For real? I ain't think I was that. I didn't think I was that bad. And I get the stories, and it's like, well, hot damn, like maybe I could. You know what I'm saying? It's just things like that that made me go, well, maybe. And let's dive into that. Like, what kind would I be? You know what I'm saying? What kind of serial killer would I be? How would I do it? You know what I mean? And like I said, we going dark. I want y'all to go. I want y'all to ride this wave with me. I'm not crazy. I'm not loony. I'm just thinking. I'm just thinking out loud, and y'all just gonna be able to listen. I said to myself, man, I would be like the cool dude who would on purpose like take one for the team and then like take out the lady. Hey man, I don't want y'all thinking of no ignorant shit about me, man. But you can for this episode. You totally can. You'll be within your right. But that's what I do. That's what I do, man. That's how I would make it happen. You know what I'm saying? Because my past, I wasn't the dude who had to be in the forefront when it came to the ladies. I didn't mind playing the back role. You understand what I'm saying? So let's say like I'm with the boys and you know what I mean, they made their picks. You know how it go, fellas. When you about to go out and you with your boys and y'all got some ladies lined up. 9 times out of 10, that's that one friend that y'all didn't tell like who's who. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all already got the ladies picked out. And I'm just coming along for the ride. And then it's just like, oh yeah, man, this so and so, and then they do they pick. They go and link up with them shoulder to shoulder, and then the one by itself, and you looking like, oh, I know y'all niggas did. I know y'all niggas didn't do that to me. But that's how I would have done it. It would have been so smooth, man. You know what I'm saying? It'd look like I'm there by default. All right, man. I got this one. I'll take it, bro. It's no problem, man. You know what I'm saying? I entertain her for y'all so y'all can do y'all thing. Because a lot of the times, the one who ain't picked first, you feel me? They usually the ones that mess it up for the rest of the girls, and they're mess it up for the rest of the homies. And I'll be like, I got it. And that'll be my time to do my thing. You feel what I'm saying? Like that'll be my time. I ain't saying doing it right there at the get together or the function, but you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna work my little charm. You know what I'm saying? Have her comfortable. Like, man, make her really feel like I fuck with her. Like, man, we should meet up, man. You know what I'm saying? Me and you one-on-one, fuck all this kicking it with them shit. Just me and you. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? She gonna be with it. What are we talking about here? She's gonna be with it. We set up that thing, you know what I'm saying? Get a little cheap room or something, and then boom. I make my move. That's how I will pull it off. I actually sat and thought about this. That's how I will pull it off. It'll be so easy. You know what I'm saying? So easy. You think I'm going to pay for the room? No. You know what I'm saying? That ain't happening. That's how I pull it off. There ain't nothing going to come back to my name. She ain't even going to know my name. You know what I mean? Like even the girls ain't going to know my real name. I'm somebody else. That's how they know me. You know what I'm saying? I can go on about my merry day. Look, man. Back then, that's why I said, like in another mindset back then, I think I could. Now, hell no. You know, too many cameras everywhere. I wouldn't be able to get away with this shit. You feel me? But I'm just saying. That's how I would do it. I will be the nah, that's a long ass name. They'll just call me the bottom feeder. Yeah. They just call me like the bottom feeder killer. You know what I'm saying? Like, think about that, man. That'll be a dope ass name. Y'all give me a name for that hypothetical serial killer name. Give me what name would that be, man? What is it? Bottom, yeah, bottom feeder killer, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's how I get away. That's how I would do it. And I actually thought about this. Like, I actually thought about this and was like, that's how I would do it. This wasn't off the fly. I don't want y'all to think that. I have actually thought about this, man. Like a psycho. It'll make so much sense. It'll make too much sense, as a matter of fact. And you know what? Fuck a hotel room. You feel me? Like, man, let's get crazy in the back seat. Like, what we doing? Let's get in the back seat and go crazy. You know what I'm saying? Let's go to this little secluded spot, man. I want to see what's popping with that body talking about. What that. And then, got her. Now I can flee the scene, leave the body somewhere, bruh, and I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I can go about my merry way. You feel me? I ain't even got to go back to the function. I can just go home. Questions, like, man, what happened with your friend and my friend? I don't know, the nigga home. I don't you gotta find ask your friend. I don't know. Cause your homies ain't gonna give a fuck what you doing with that chick. You know what I'm saying? And you can take the L's with the conversation. Like, nigga had that bottom feeder bitch. You know what I'm saying? I'll just be like, yeah, y'all got me on that. It's no problem, though. You know me, man. I'm all about the team. I'm all about the team. Yeah, I'm good. That's how I would do it, man. I'm telling you. That's some smart shit. You know what I'm saying? That's how I would do it. All right, man. But let's talk about the traits. Let's go back to that. Because they are they're common. They're common with us regular folk. You know what I mean? Like being an introvert or a loner. You know what I mean? I wasn't one. You know what I mean? When when there's opportunity to be the bottom feeder killer, like I wasn't an introvert. I was extrovert. I wanted to be around people and have fun and shit. You know what I'm saying? Having a vivid imagination. Oh my gosh. Yup. Feeling anger or resentment. I mean, that's all of us at some point of our lives. Liking control or structure. See, this is where I will fall. You know what I'm saying? I don't always have to be in control. You know what I mean? I mean, I was the one that took one for the team. So I clearly wasn't in control. Now being observant and emotionally detached at times. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. It was a lot of things that pushed me to that emotionally detached part of being like, I used to be, still am, but what I'm saying is in that the mindset where I could have, yeah, yeah, it was a lot of horrific things that happened in my life where I just detached, right? But you think about it, plenty of healthy, nonviolent people have these traits, right? But we said it earlier, the difference is the intensity, right? The combination in behavior over time, like, you know what I mean? Putting them thoughts to work. That's what separates us. And the patterns, right? When it comes to the serial killers, man, like they they have these patterns about themselves, and the patterns just tend to escalate slowly but surely. You know what I'm saying? And man, we out here living our regular lives. Like life can hit you with a left hook that you ain't see coming, or a sucker punch, and it'll change the whole trajectory of what you thought you had going on. Right? But that plays a part because we want to be a functional person in society. Serial killers just don't give a fuck. They'll just do what they want. And that's it. Good luck. You know what I'm saying? Good luck when you run into me. Oh man. So I mean, we really, we can't be defined by what we think and feel. A lot of us really believe that at one point we can just be that. And it'll be small things that'll tip us off, like traffic or heartbreak. You know what I mean? Deception, all kinds of stuff, disloyalty. A lot of stuff can send you over the edge, but it's all just feeling. You know what I'm saying? It's all just emotions, but there's not gonna be any acts upon it because a lot of us still have a bunch of sympathy, empathy, morals about ourselves that we wouldn't take it that far. I'm gonna say something else, man. Um, I'm gonna tell you another time where I thought, see, this is what I'm saying, man. Something really going on with my brain. I don't need to be studied or nothing. I don't want nobody like, hey man, somebody go check on him, send him to a doctor, a therapist, or something. This is where I get it out. But I had another theory, man. Whenever I thought about it too, um, I thought about it like, I don't know if y'all remember. It was this. I don't know if we was calling them apps back then. We was calling them sites, but it was this thing called Moco Space. And let me tell you, man, I was murking on Moco Space, and not that was a bad poor that was a poor choice of words. No, that was horrible. What I mean is, it was like, I could say some slick shit online. You know what I mean? Little profile pics, and it's like, oh, what's that with you? And then, I met up with a lot of motherfucking women back then, man. A lot of them, and damn near every single time, it was, them initiating. You know what I'm saying? You can come on through, or let's meet up here. I will pay for it. All of this stuff, man. I had ample opportunities, man. If I really wanted to go there, it was too easy. It was too easy. You know what I'm saying? I actually thought about that. Like, what would have been my name? You know what I'm saying? Like, something with Moco in it. I can't think of that off the fly. But I'm gonna give y'all a story though. And all right, this doesn't mean that I wanted to do something harmful of that level to this lady. I'm gonna give y'all a story, man. And I'm gonna be real. When I thought about the story recently, I was just like, "Wow, bro! Like, yo, you kind of crazy, man." Because at the time, my thoughts about what I did was just pure joy. Out laughter every time I thought about it. But now, that I'm older, more mature, a better person, it's like I really, really was like, yo, that's scandalous as fuck. I laugh still, but not with the same context, right? The context then was you deserved it. I could have did more. You lucky that's all I did. Ha 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 ha. Now it's, yo, that was crazy. And I'm laughing like, yo, you stupid. You know what I mean? So it wasn't more of a for comedy relief or anything. It was just laughing it off like, yo, you stupid. When I think about it now, I'm so Moco Space. I link up with this chick, man, and you know the plans was for us to go out. I don't know her. She don't know me. You know what I mean? She had my fake name. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't gonna lie. Like, I used to tell these girls my name was Justin. Don't ask me why. Well, I'm gonna be real. I love the name Justin. Ever since I was young, I've liked it. I like my name, but for some reason, I just like the name Justin. It's crazy. But I used to say that. I used to tell these girls my name was Justin. I ain't about to give you my real name. I'll be out here. So, like, met up with this chick, man. We went out, and she was just she was just rude as fuck, bro. Like, she had a stank ass attitude, and it wasn't necessarily towards me. Like, it was just like we had the movies, and the way she was treating people as she's walking by, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they supposed to just get the fuck out of her way, and I might like that was her thing. And that was another thing, right? That was like a personal crusade for me. I used to love to meet, like, how can I say it? Like, I'm gonna call them high intention women. I used to love to bring high intention women down to my level. Oh my God, that was such a joy for me. It was such a joy for me. Like, oh, I want her. And it's not for the reasons like everybody eyes is on her because she's beautiful. And it's like, nah, I need to bring her down to reality. You know what I'm saying? I took it on as a personal crusade. Like, I want to be the guy to bring her down, to let her know she got to relax out here. And that's how she was acting. And, at the movies, I'm just like, man, whatever, man. You know what I'm saying? The main goal is to wax that ass. I ain't care about nothing that she was doing. I did, but I didn't, right? Because I'm letting it pass. I mean, whatever, man. Because all I know is by the end of the night, it's going down. We already agreed to it. You know what I'm saying? We already got the room. It ain't no problem. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the night, I'm gonna be clapping cheeks. I don't care. I don't care how she's acting because I'm gonna get what I'm trying to get. But we get to the restaurant, bro, and we eating, and she was a bitch. And I mean that with every letter, bro. She was a bitch to to the waitresses, to the host that sat us down. You know what I'm saying? To the people that was around us. Like she was on some, and it wasn't belligerent and loud. It wasn't like the whole restaurant or the people in our that's near us is looking like what's up with her? It's like you had to be paying attention. So it wasn't like on that level where everybody is looking at her, but it was like she had that energy though. And I didn't like it. And I wasn't liking it at all. And I'm like, oh, don't trip, my nigga. Like you know what I'm saying? It don't even matter. You already got it plugged. You already got it sold up. You feel what I'm saying? You just do what you do. Never call her again. Never nothing. She ain't gonna be able to find me really because she gonna be looking for Justin. You feel me? So it's like no problem, no problem. You know, no, I'm holding it in, but I'm just like no problem, man, because you know see, I already know what's about to happen. Boy, on the ride back to the hotel, you know what I'm saying? We got the music, you know what I'm saying? Windows down, LA breeze come through. You feel me? She feeling a little better. She got something in her stomach. You know what I'm saying? I'm still good company. You know what I mean? I didn't change that up. I already knew what was about to happen. I wasn't about to fuck it up. So she enjoying the company, hands on thighs, all that kind of stuff. It's about to go down, man. And I ain't even gonna lie, for a minute, I forgot about the ignorance that she was displaying. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't really tripping. It was just like, all right. And you know what? Screw it. The movies was the movies. The restaurant was the restaurant. That ain't even a thing no more, man. Do you know what's about to go down? Yeah, nigga was like, yeah, it's about to go down. I ain't tripping off none of that. You know what I'm saying? We about to get into this room, nigga. It's about to go. You know, so you do your necessaries, you know what I'm saying? Your shower, you know what I'm saying? Get ready to do what we about to do. And she had the audacity. Man, this lady had the audacity to say, I want to be different. I know, I know we just, meeting and stuff, but I want to be different. She was into the kinky. She wanted me to tie her up. She even had her own restraints. Nick. She had her own restraint. Nick. Talk about I want you to Nick. Like, you with that? That's what you really want? She like, yeah. Yeah, blindfold, the whole thing. I want you to take advantage of me. That's what she told me, bruh. Tie me up, take advantage of me. Ah, I'm like, you know what? Ooh, let's go. I'm with it. I started thinking about the date. I started thinking about the people at the motherfucking movie theaters. I started thinking about the people at the restaurant. I'm like, oh, this is how I'm gonna get her. Man, I tied that girl up, man, blindfolded her, bruh. You know what I'm saying? She ain't had nothing on. Take advantage of it. I did a little finger walk up her leg and stuff. Ooh, oh my God, oh my God, she loving it. You know what I'm saying? I'm going with the whole motion. I'm like, hold on. Let me go to my pants and get the thing. Let me get, you know what I'm saying? Let me go get the little wop. And she like, oh, okay, nigga. I went in her purse. I stole her motherfucking money. I took her debit card. Nigga, I left her. I left her on tied up mode, asshole naked, in the hotel room that she paid for. Don't ask me how what happened next, because I don't fucking know. I dipped. I dipped. I got her back for all those people, but I'm telling you, I was out of there. And on the drive back, I am having a blast, man. I'm laughing my ass off. I'm talking about laughing my ass off, bro. It ain't make no sense. Like, I gave, I went and bought some shit. You feel what I'm saying? I went and bought some shit that night. You know what I'm saying? And, I had her cash and I just tossed the card out the window while I was on the 405 freeway, bro. Like, and you know how easy it would have been to just do that? You know what I'm saying? To just start my Moco, my Moco Space Killer spree. It would have been that easy. And you know what's crazy? I never thought about doing anything heinous like that. Like that night. You feel me? But I know all she heard was the door open and close, nigga. I don't need nobody judging me, man. That was my past, man. But that was one of those moments. Like that was one of the moments where I could have just been a horrible guy, you know what I'm saying? And start that shit. Cause I was definitely in a fifth up mind space, bro. My mind's my mindset was just gone, man. It was all effed up. And I could have pulled it off, man. I could have pulled it off. It would have been nothing to do it. Okay? I'm just saying, man, like what we do versus how we feel and versus, the darkness that could be in us, eventually we're not cool with it, right? We walk away from it. You know what I'm saying? And then let's talk about this real quick. Let's talk about this real quick before we get into our fun segment. You know, with my research, man, to be a serial killer, right? Like, you got to be precise with what you mean. You know what I'm saying? Like when you say same character, like when I say same characteristics, it really matters which ones, right? All right, so like feeling numb sometimes. As humans, we go through that. We feel numb sometimes, but that can be from stress, being burnt out. You know what I'm saying? Emotional overload, like we taking in too much. Right? Having dark thoughts. I mean, that's common. You know what I'm saying? Those intrusive thoughts, that happens all the time. Anger and resentment. That's just easy work. That's completely normal for humans to have. And then the wanting to control, you know what I'm saying? But a lot of times when it comes to us as regular, non-killing humans, it's often tied to like anxiety or uncertainty. You know what I mean? But when you think about it, none of those equal like violent behavior. So yeah, we may have these thoughts like a serial killer. We may have these feelings like a serial killer, but we don't act upon that shit. Right? But I will say when we should start taking it seriously. All right? When you if you notice like you having repeated urges to hurt people, repeat it, not just on a Monday because traffic is toe up or something. Like repeated for no, like, you just wake up on a Thursday, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that just starts to repeat. All right, man, you might want to go get some help, like, before you go over the edge with it. You know what I'm saying? Or when you feeling pleasure from other people's pain. You know what I mean? Like, it's just innately in you. Like, somebody else is hurting and you just, yeah. Like, hey, man, hey. Go see a therapist, man. What the fuck is wrong with you? Go, you know, man. Hell nah. And if you know somebody that's like that, man, go get them help, man. Before they go off the deep end. Right? Or you're losing control of your actions. You know what I'm saying? Like, you start doing stuff and you ain't got no control of it. Boy, yeah, you might want to, you know what I'm saying? You might want to go get that checked out. For real. Like, that's, you know, if that's happening, you know, talking to a therapist, I'm telling you, that's the smart move, man. Right? But it's just you catching it early. You catching it early. You know, I want y'all to be mindful of that. We don't want y'all to go off the deep end, man, for real. All right, so look, we're gonna get into this segment, man. You know, I enjoy it very, very much. And I'm sure some of y'all out there do, and I appreciate it. Yeah, we gonna get into it, man. The stain on my white tee. I'm gonna be honest, man. This week, let's just say something, man. Have you ever, like, you know, you be around somebody, you kick it with people, and you know you start to get real familiar with them. They start to get real familiar with you, and because of that familiarity, I think I said that right. Get off my ass. Because of that, you know, you really feel like, well, not you. Let's say that they really feel like they can just be any kind of way with you, say what they want to say to you, and you sit there and like, hey, this ain't that. You know what I mean? Like, this ain't that. I get it, man. We've been gigging it. We known each other for a while. I'm very familiar with you. You very familiar with me. I understand all of that. But nah, this ain't that. Like, don't ever do that again. Or don't ever say that again. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna tell you the part that makes it a stain on my white tee is a lot of times we don't know how to approach that. We don't want to burn bridges, or you know what I'm saying? We don't want to ruin a built up like relationship, meaning like friends, you know what I'm saying, things of that nature. You don't want to mess it up because it is pretty cool y'all getting to know each other and y'all familiar with each other. But then they just go and do something or say something that just ain't sitting right with you. And that's the frustration is, hey, what do I say? What do I say right here? Or what do I do right here? And I know it's a lot of y'all that like, motherfucker, just say it then. Motherfucker, just do it then. Shut up. Because a lot of us don't have that. You feel what I'm saying? Want to know why? Because a lot of us, we have empathy and sympathy, and to just blindside them with a moment of, hey, you gotta relax because this ain't that. You understand how that'll make them feel. So it's like you don't want to put them in that position. You don't want to put them in that situation. So what do? You know what I'm saying? A lot of times we probably just ignore it. But this is another part of the frustration is if you ignore it because you want to just let it roll off your shoulders, uh, it's gonna continue. It's gonna build up, and that thing you know is gonna weigh down your shoulders. You can't brush it off. You feel what I'm saying? Now you're walking funny because your shoulders all fucked up because you let the shit build, and that's a little analogy, meaning now you starting to move different around them, and they're gonna notice it, but they're not gonna understand why. And a lot of times that happens, and then they start to feel a certain way, like, man, this motherfucker moving different. What's up with that? Well, that person is moving different because he got too much on his shoulders that you done put on it or on her shoulders because you too familiar. And this person don't want to call you out on it. But people, call them out. Watch your shoulders get a little lighter. You know what I'm saying? And you get to move around the way you used to. You know what I mean? So, but I mean, when you break it down, what I'm saying is, once you start seeing people become a little too familiar, check it. Check it right there at the gate, front and center. Do not let that shit fester because it's gonna become a problem. You know what I mean? And that they're gonna be like, well, you ain't had no problem before. And you be like, that's the problem. I didn't have it before. I got it now. I should have said something. That fucks up friendships, relationships, all kind of ships. You know what I'm saying? And so what I'm saying is I just implore everybody to, hey, once you see it, address it. And I know we've all been in these situations. Once you see it, please address it because you're gonna let it linger, and it's not gonna end good. It's not gonna end good at all, and it's not fair to both of you two, as friends, boyfriend, girl, whatever it is that y'all become familiar with each other. It's just gonna get messed up, man. You know what I'm saying? So check it right there at the door. You know what I'm saying, like a bouncer. Oh no, we can't let that in. Yeah, we got a policy where we ain't letting that in, man. You know what I'm saying? You turn her around right there at the door. Y'all already know when I say this, I'm gonna have like a little story to it. I just ain't gonna give y'all that, and y'all don't see why I say it. So I'm on the phone with someone that I've known and became real familiar with, and this person said something to me, and I ain't gonna lie. Like when I first heard it, I didn't check it at the door. I let it in the club for a little bit, but eventually I was just like, nah, I can't have this motherfucker in the club this long, man. This shit gotta go. You know what I'm saying? And I was able to salvage it by telling this person, hey man, I don't rock with that. Don't say that kind of shit around me. Oh, okay. No, I didn't. No, it's cool. It's cool. I just want to let you know, man. Just don't talk like that with me. I'm not cool with it. I don't stand behind it, beside it. You know what I'm saying? In front of it, on top. I'm not around it. It's not in my. You know what I'm saying? It's not in my proximity. And that's how you got to do it, people, because it got handled right there. Well, not immediately, but too much time didn't pass. And you want to know what? I haven't heard it. I haven't heard it. You know what I'm saying? Communication is key, people, but that's the stain on my white tee when you let shit fester And now you feel a certain way because eventually you're going to say something. And that lack of communication with your friend, with your brother, with your sister, with your son or your daughter, especially your son or your daughter, or you know what I'm saying, like your boyfriend, your girl, like just check it at the door if it's something that don't sit right with you. And that's how we do it. Hey man, look man, I'm not asking anybody to go out there and do no crazy shit. I'm actually begging y'all to do the total opposite. All right. We don't get down like that around here. But or however, just think about it, man. Have you thought about it? And if you did, let me know. Let me know what your thoughts was. Like, could you? Do you feel like you once in your life had the capacity to be one? Hey man, I just gotta ask the questions because that's what we do here. I would like for you to not become that. All right. I would like for you to stay a decent human being. You know what I mean? For real, for real. Hey man, y'all know how I say it, man. Is there's only two people that's listening, man. I appreciate you too. I really do. I love having this conversation with y'all. Uh I hope y'all ain't judging me, man, because none of it didn't fester into anything crazy. But I've had the thoughts, man. You know what I'm saying? I've had the thoughts. And it's just like, why not get your thoughts out? And who better to bring it to than y'all? You know what I'm saying? I gotta bring it to y'all. You know what I'm saying? Cause I rock with y'all, man. I love y'all. And y'all already know, man. We am.